He's,
Oh, that's great, Ed. You broke my thing.
you think it's been broken for years. Don't blame me. Well, once again, with the Comedy Central star, Paul Kalemkiarian of the Wine of the Month Club, and of course I am, who else but Ed Massiana, author of Shortcuts on Wine, a bunch of other stuff. And this is the Vintners series.
When are you going to go back to Sicily, your homeland?
They won't let me in. Because I'm only half Sicilian. The other half is, of course, Italian.
They had, I had a Sicilian. What was it the other day? They came in. It was such an unusual grape.
I never
for
had
Sicily.
a Sicilian. I've always wanted to have it myself. Actually,
It was a bizarre grape for Sicily. I'm like,
they're growing everything down here. What are you talking about, bizarre grape?
Yeah, I was just shocked. It was all right.
They're growing Sangiovese. They're growing Aglianico.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was Sangiovese.
Well, we had one. We did a Sicilian Sangiovese.
Well, it was weird.
Like 3 or 4 years ago. It was fabulous. Absolutely delicious wine. I forgot the name of it, but it was, I remember that wine being unbelievable.
Speaking of weird, Ed, thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
So you looked up the 40 years ago what we featured, and it was rather now iconic wine, though.
Iconic wine?
Now it's an iconic wine.
Are you talking about the Parle Riesling
No.
or the Beau Tour of
The
BV?
Parle's still here. It's still. I think I still see it.
Yeah, I think I've seen it as well. It's obviously much less important. I mean, there was a time when that's all you could get from South Africa was Parle, a co-op that was basically run by the government, by the South African government. And
Isn't Parle a region too, though?
yes, it's also a region, and that's where the wineries. But they had like 3 or 4 wineries. Actually, it was a big operation. They made some great wines back in the early days, particularly their sherries and ports were, and their late harvest dessert wines were out of this world. They were unbelievable. Okay.
But the red, the Beau Tour, which is the BV Beau Tour, which is their entry level chain item. I mean, had to be in its early stages back then, and now it went iconic for shelf items. I don't know. I haven't seen it necessarily.
Oh, they've got several levels below that now. I mean, but anyway.
So today, Ed.
Today, Paul.
Now, here's an interesting thing. This wine was bottled to commemorate the new gold line in Monrovia, because LA County and the state has delivered to us, our town here, a train station. And Monrovia, the town of Monrovia, actually, the city, which we hail, was smart enough to create a transit center. They have this beautiful vintage train station built in the 30s that's going to be rehabbed, and they built a $25 million park, and they have all these apartments going in, and this is where Wine of the Month Club is moving this year. And so we bottled for them this wonderful Passarolas Merlot, with commemorating the station.
And there it is. And it's commemorative.
So, except if you notice this bottle versus this bottle, the stuff we go through, folks, with wineries. So what's the difference? Well, they forgot to put that sticker on.
Oh, was that all?
Yeah. So you can see this looks kind of silly that way. When it comes out, you'll see it like this. And it's 90 years this train station's been around. So we were really happy to be able to do this. And so they're pouring it at the State of the City event next week, and it's a 2011 Merlot. We were really fortunate to find this juice in barrel up in Paso Robles at
Sylvester.
Yeah. Our friends at Sylvester Winery. They make olive oil, and they make pistachio. They grow pistachios up there.
I remember blending this wine together, and it was really good then, and it's really good now. Lots of extract, a nice core of good solid fruit, and nice, fairly soft tannic finish.
You're going to love this. There's a little Tannat, I remember, and a little Petit Syrah in there.
Right, exactly. And I was shocked when I saw the Tannat on the table, because I've had Tannat, and my favorite term about Tannat is not. Because I've always found it to be very tannic and very unforgiving. And this one is actually delicious wine.
You know what I like about it, too, is that extra age, that it is the perfect spot for this Merlot right now. 3 years in the bottle.
Yeah, it's nicely
color's
done.
right.
$12.99 and $22.99 on the shelf, $12.99 at reorder price, and I'm doing a $94. Mm-hmm. Delicious.
I'm doing 95. I like that finish a lot.
Well, as well you should.
So missed. I'm doing 95 just with extra label.
Oh, this was one of those pain in the butt wines that I had to write about, where they don't want to tell you anything about it. They don't want to tell you who made it, where the grapes came from, because see, somebody lost a lot of money and they don't want their name associated with it. Well, then why don't you keep it? Thank you. But the wine is actually delicious. It's really, really well done. And in spite of all the trouble that I had to get the information, it's delicious.
Oh, so you had a problem with that whole writing it? There you go.
Did I get the answer right, Dave?
Well, this is sort of a new supplier too. We haven't done a lot of business with them, so
I'll tell you, the wine is absolutely delicious.
I love the nose.
I mean, it is really, really
Well,
good.
it would be hard to say Chardonnay with that nose, wouldn't it?
No, not really.
North Coast, that's why it's going to be.
No, it's definitely Chardonnay, and this has got less oak than the tipping point that we did in the classic series, and more acidity, which of course is what I like about it.
I like that.
I think it's a spectacular wine.
There's something going on there. I don't know if it's flint or stone or what I'm getting.
Exactly. No, there's a certain minerality that we look for in really great wines. I mean, and wines should reflect the soil in which they are grown. A lot of times they blend so many different wines, there is no soil. That's
pear. I do get the pear in there. They say.
Beautifully made. Beautifully
His
made.
nose is intriguing. Isn't it?
It's really, really nice. It's almost an Asian pear. It's not
right.
like a Bosque or a D'Anjou. It's a little more complex than that. Although I love Bosque pears.
Well, it's really good.
But anyway, $19.99 shelf, $11.99 pre-order price, and I'm doing a $95. I think
I'm doing a 97. I think that's too interesting.
it's too interesting.
It's too interesting.
How can a wine be too interesting? Now this wine.
Too strong.
I'm loving writing about this wine because I'm going, oh yeah, that's kind of an interesting story. And I look at the back label. People are in California, a nice family, yada yada. The wine comes from Apulia in Italy. Halt! I'm sorry. What did you say?
No, that's so weird because I saw the front says Pinot Noir, and the label looks sort of like California.
Oh, yeah,
I
it
look
looks
at the back, it says Pinot Nero, and I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
And I'm going,
And look at the color.
Wait a second. A halt, time out. How does this winery in California come up with
why I
this
bought
Pinot
it.
Noir from Apulia? First of all, not only is it from Italy, but it's at the heel of the boot. I've never heard of Pinot Noir grown there. Probably the only vines in a Pinot Noir in the entire country, in the entire state there is.
Now I totally remember. And what's classic is it says Indicación Geográfica Típica, so it's typical of that area, but that's not because you don't grow Pinot Noir there.
No, I don't. I mean, it's typical of the area. Well, that's the lowest rung on the
But
ladder.
I remember that's why I bought it. I said I have never had a Pinot Noir from this area. I've never had such volume because look at the color and the extraction.
I know, it's amazing. I mean,
it's
it
got-
really is unbelievable.
I said it's got Pinot Noir character, but it's not. But
it's got that beefy, big
Right.
kind of Pinot Noir character. It's not the light, fuzzy ones. And it's amazing. I mean, $19.99 on
really
the shelf, $12.99 on the reorder price, and I have to give it a 97 just because of its uniqueness.
it's just really fun wine. I mean, I can't find anything wrong with it.
No, nothing wrong at all, except that, first of all,
It's just bizarre. It's from there.
if somebody says it's Pinot Noir, you go, okay, I get it, but where's it from? And what Pinot? I have no idea where this Pinot Noir came from. And sommeliers would be sitting there for 3 days, and then they'd never get to Apulia.
You know what? That's what's so fun about it because if you know that now and you taste it, you go, aha. That's South Italy, old worldness about it, but in the beginning it got Pinot Noir character.
It does, and I think
I'm going to say 97 too, just because it's great wine. It's from a bizarre district for the grape, and that's just a really fun example.
it's not just bizarre; it's like unbelievable. Yeah.
Here, hold on.
Okay, please.
Oh, wait a minute. Or how about the idea one?
Could you guys all get together and tell them not to play with the toys on the air?
I think it's cool.
I think it's terrific. You know what? And I
What a
think this
great
wine
month
will
for-
age extremely well.
What a great month for just fun things.
Yeah, really fun. Oh, now this is another story. Martellotto, Greg Martelotto. Again, they give me nothing. They give me absolutely nothing. So I call the guy. I said, hey, get him on the phone. He happens to have his cell phone number on the
He's got
internet.
a lot to say, doesn't he?
My God, not only does he have a lot to say, but his story is fascinating. I mean, not just the wine itself, but how he got into the wine business, but also the fact that, on his other two labels, he's got a big deal artist that did not only design the labels, but also designed well, I'll get into it, a limited series. Don't miss the limited series. Anyhow, this is a great, great Chardonnay. I mean, I was absolutely blown away. You know how I feel about Chardonnay.
Well, you know what? This is Santa Barbara, which I think is a great place for Chardonnay. It creates a specific kind of Chardonnay. You can't even compare it to the Rock and Vine because it's from a different region completely. And this is a little more elegant, I think.
Well, it's got a little more acid. It's got a little less oak. So it's really a classy wine. It almost, it's funny.
This is his. I think this is.
This is his wine. He makes this wine. This is his big deal name wine. This is just the M by Martellotto.
Yeah.
He makes it, but he doesn't grow all the grapes. He mixes different juice and grapes to get a good deal, which he did obviously at $11.99 on the reorder price, $23 on the shelf, and I'm doing another $97. I think this wine's incredible.
I'm a 95er.
I really like it. And that
What a fun thing! What a fun difference in Chardonnays for the month.
Yeah. And that's our show for the Vintners series of February 2016. Whew. How many more
Time goes by.
will be alive to do?